Hi everyone, how are you? I've been sick, a little sick in the past few days, but thank God I'm now okay. And I'm back to vlogging once again. And siguro po napanood nyo in the last few weeks, Canada has already launched its 2025 to 2007 immigration levels plan, and included po doon yung announcement on the slashing of the figures of permanent resident approvals that they would make in the next 3 years. Kasali po dito yung pag-slash ng tig-sobrang 100,000 plus approval of permanent residency in each of the next 3 years. So before or initially, they had 500,000 projected PR targets, but they decreased it to 395,000 na lang by 2025 or next year. So 105,000 po yung nawala na mga slots na target nila. And by 2026, it's gonna be 380,000 only. So 120,000 na naman yung nakat, mas malaki. And by 2027, naging 365,000 na lang po yung target. So now let's talk about what this indicates. What does it mean if they cut the permanent residents target for each of the following year? Now, if you remember, they have already announced the target of reducing the temporary residents in Canada to 95%. So they plan to eradicate the 5% who are not permanent residents in Canada. So those includes the temporary foreign workers, the non-residents like student visa holder, those who are just here for visitation, the tourist visa holders that are just letting foreigners stay here temporarily and not permanently. So I've actually researched on some articles, and I found one from CBC News that says Canada is not actually closing its borders, as opposed to what the others are clamoring, that Canada is like closing its borders to foreigners, to those vulnerable residents from other countries. And just because you've heard Trump saying that they have to eradicate this massive, flock in of immigrants, it's opposed to what Trudeau and Minister Miller have mentioned regarding the immigration in Canada. So they actually just want to control the system of the problem in the system of Canada accepting foreigners in becoming permanent residents here, and by cutting down the figures in the next 3 years, those figures that I presented that projected the number of permanent residents that they would be willing to approve in the next 3 years, those 100,000 cut each year would actually result to 600,000 plus housing units, which is already a big help to the gap that there is these days. So malaki po yung agwat between the newcomers, the number of people wanting a decent house when they come and live, those which are not that expensive, especially in the rural areas, to the supply of houses, thus making the prices of houses crazy, making the inflation or the interest rate of house loans so high. Okay, so according to Minister Miller, they would be able to at least address 670,000 to be exact. Trudeau has mentioned that Canada is still an open country. It would still accommodate foreigners, but it won't be that easier to approve permanent residency in the next couple of years, because that's their aim, to reduce those who are planning to become permanent residents here and forsake the quality of life that they would experience in Canada. This would even have a positive impact on the citizens themselves and the permanent residents who are already here. So yun, hindi naman po nagko-close in Canada, but expect that there would be higher level of competition among temporary foreign workers who are vying to become permanent residents here, as the cuts in number are really huge. They are huge, guys. So in the next vlog, I'll discuss on some tips that you might be able to consider if you're already here as a temporary foreign worker, and what we can do together to become permanent residents soon. So for those of you like us who are not losing hope in aiming to become permanent residents in this country, there are probably tips that we can do which are legal, which are by the book of IRCC, which we can try, in order to maximize our experiences here and our stay as temporary residents in Canada, especially if we are temporary foreign workers. And I would have to draft and create a vlog about it that may also give you insight if you're also here and struggling to become permanent residents in the future. And yung labanan dito, guys, ay makahanap ng employer that would help you and support you in your journey in becoming a permanent resident. So there's a high competition in the market, especially with the current changes, but if you just pray and you know that it will be given to you, then who knows, maybe next year you become a PR. And I wish you all the best. I wish you good luck and have a great day.